This week's Torah portion is called Toldot, which means descendants. Rivka gives birth to two lineages, the line of Esav and the line of Yaakov. Though these are fraternal twins, we can see that these two lineages are incompatible with each other even while they're still in the womb. Last week's Torah portion asked the question how long Rivka and Yitzchak can maintain Shalom Bayit. We see the first crack in the Shalom Bayit when the twins fight with each other in the womb. On a macro level, we can see that this means that the lines are not compatible with each other. But on a micro level, we can learn that children develop their own unique characteristics even when they're born into a stable household. In fact, even twins who are born in the exact same environment develop their own unique characteristics. As the twins grow, the two parents favor one of the sons. Yitzchak favors Esav and Rivka favors Yaakov. Torah does not shy away from portraying the flaws in our ancestors' parenting skills. Favoritism can be destructive, as we will see, and can even lead to disconnection in the relationship. Torah tells us that Yitzchak favors Esav's ruggedness, while Rivka favors Yaakov's innocence. Interestingly, Torah portrays Rivka as being on a higher spiritual level. At the center of the story is one of the most iconic moments in the story of Yaakov and Esav. Yaakov is at home preparing stew while Esav is out hunting. According to Jewish tradition, this is during the 7-day mourning period after the death of Abraham. Jewish culture is that a grieving family stays at home during the 7-day period and eats lentil soup. Within this cultural framework, Yaakov is honoring his family, whereas Esav is showing nothing but contempt for his grandfather and for his heritage. Shockingly, Esav sells his birthright for a bowl of lentil soup. Last week we learned that parental alienation is a phenomenon that develops in the child without reasonable justification. Do we see parental alienation developing in Esav? Perhaps. On the one hand, Esav's disrespect for his grandfather is not a disconnect in the parent-child relationship. On the other hand, we do see an estrangement developing between Esav and his mother Rivka. One may point out that Yitzchak did not try to alienate either of his sons from Rivka. One parent tries to alienate the children from the other parent in cases of severe parental alienation. And if Yitzchak did not try to alienate either of his sons from Rivka, then this can't be a severe case of parental alienation. In fact, Torah blames Esav for the estrangement in his relationship with his mother. There are 3 levels of parental alienation: mild, medium, and severe. Torah does not portray Esav's relationship with either of his parents as a severe case of parental alienation. However, one could argue that this starts off as a mild or even medium case of parental alienation between Esav and his mother Rivka. This alienation degenerates in chapter 26, verse 35, when Esav's emerging family rebels against Rivka. Though uncommon, there are situations where parental alienation is the child's fault, unrelated to any outside forces that actively try to disconnect that child from the parent. The Torah portion ends with another iconic moment in the relationship between Yaakov and Esav. Esav tries to usurp back the birthright that he sold to Yaakov for a bowl of lentil soup. Rivka then intervenes and sends in Yaakov to trick his father into giving him the birthright. This causes an explosive situation in which Esav threatens to murder his brother Yaakov. Rivka then has to send Yaakov away in order to save his life. And this seems to be the fruit of favoritism in a household. But is this another example of parental alienation? Has parental alienation gotten so far out of control in this household that Yaakov has to flee for his life? I'll leave these questions for us to ponder, at least for now. Next week's Torah portion is called Vayetze, and it explores the long-term consequences of Yaakov being disconnected from this household.